Hey guys, I'd first like to thank everyone who's taking the time to watch my book talk, and I hope that everyone and their families are doing okay. I know that everything's going crazy, but we'll get through it. Um, that being said, I will not start. The book that I have chose for my book talk is called Every Last Word by Tamara Stone. I chose this book because I like to read about people with mental disorders and about people that end up in like those mental hospital or psychiatric hospitals. Um, I just find it fascinating to know like what they think, how their lives are like, how it's changed, everything. It just fascinates me. It is what it is. I found this book as I went through a rabbit hole to try to find one that was similar to one that I read in the 6th grade. I couldn't do a book talk on that one, so I was like, let me just try to find a book like that one. Just because that book kind of changed my dislike for books, and I was like, maybe this is what I like reading. And yeah, it is. So, I chose this book amongst all the books that I found because this one was about a disorder that I haven't read about yet. And so that being said, let me start about the book. So this book is about a girl. She's in 11th grade. Yeah. She's in 11th grade, but it said that the grade range is like 7 to 12th grade, I think. So I feel like it'd be for like an older crowd, probably like 8th or 9th. Find it interesting. But yeah. So this is about a girl named Samantha. She's diagnosed with OCD, which basically controls her life more than she'd like it to. She has dark thoughts. She makes herself like second guess everything that she does and what she does, like when she's around certain people. She doesn't really like, or she wouldn't like for anyone to find out. So really the only people that know about it are, her family that she lives with and her psychiatrist, Sue. She goes to a psychiatrist once a week and, talks about OCD and everything that's going on and copes with it. So Samantha, she hides her OCD pretty well behind her social status of being a part of this group called the Eight. So the Eight are a group of the most popular girls in school, and the beginning of the book talks about how the 8 of them are now really down to 5, which are Samantha, the main character, Caitlin, Alexis, Olivia, and Haley. And that's her like group of people, or that's the group of people that she's been hanging around with. They don't even know about her OCD because that's the people that she keeps to make herself feel normal. So this story gets interesting when Samantha meets a girl named Caroline Matson. Caroline was a girl that never really noticed, that Samantha never really noticed, but like they're in the same school, like why wouldn't she like have known her? But one day Caroline goes up, like introduces herself to Samantha, and Samantha's like, what? Like, who are you? Why do you know my name? Caroline was like, everybody knows who you are. You're popular. Hello. And after that, they kind of like start talking and they start getting like really close. And ever since the beginning, Caroline would call Samantha Sam, which is something that her little group of friends, the 8, would never consider even calling her because they don't believe in nicknames. They're too uppity for that, I guess. This is set in like a California, like 90210 type of thing. Yeah. Very interesting. So Sam ends up trusting Caroline more than she even trusts her little group of friends, enough to tell her her deepest, darkest secret, which is that she has OCD. And Caroline also tells her a secret. After that, Caroline introduces Sam to this secret club called Poets Corner. This club is like the Fight Club. Nobody like really talks about it unless you know about it. And it's just basically a safe place to write poetry and to read your poetry aloud, you know, and there's just a group of friends and they hype each other up and stuff. It's pretty cool, to be honest. I wish I had something like that. So basically the leader of this group is a boy named AJ, who is not so fond of Little Miss Popular, you know, and he's reluctant to let her into the group. The group is basically these people that Samantha never, like, you know, just like Caroline, she never really noticed before because she was popular or whatever, and even though they went to the same school and stuff, walked the same hallways, were in the same classes, and she ends up getting pretty close. And next thing you know it, like, she becomes obsessed with them. She wants to fit in with them, and she found herself in a way that she didn't even think would be possible because she was so used to being the it girl, basically. And she basically became this character, Sam, which is what Caroline would call her. And she would be writing poetry, and she started opening up to them, and she just found herself being this person, you know, that was normal, which was the normal that she was so like looking so hard for. She might even like this poetry club better than she likes her own little best friends. So the only problem, well, the biggest problem that she has, Samantha, because to the 8 she's known as Samantha. She knows that if they ever find out about her secret life as Sam, she'd be out of the group, away from all the benefits that come with being in the group for good. And she tries so hard, like, to keep it from them and to keep being friends with Caroline from them, because she know they think that, like, she's betraying them or trying to be with somebody else like that. So actually the part of the book that I'm going to read is set after something went down, basically, with the 8, and Sam is like, she's defending herself, basically, and she gets in a fight with them, and one of the girls in the group named Haley, which is a little bit better friends with Samantha than the rest of them, because the rest of them are like rich and their parents have been friends since who knows when and whatever. She goes to visit Samantha after that happened. It's like the weekend when this is set, so they hadn't gone back to school yet, but Haley's just trying to go like make up, I guess. And so here we are. I can tell mom's not letting up, so I give her a fine, whatever, as I climb out of bed. I stand in front of the full-length mirror, pulling myself together. Haley has always been my favorite, Mom says as she leaves the room. A few minutes later, Haley walks in with her head bowed low. Hi, Samantha. She hands me a bouquet of cheery-looking flowers. Thanks. You didn't need to do this. I bring the bouquet to my nose. The scent reminds me of Sue's garden, and I'm taken aback the wave of sadness that passes over me when I think about sitting there, talking about Caroline last Friday night. I miss her. Are these from you, or are they from all of you? Haley understands what I'm asking, and I know the answer before she even says a word. I can tell by the way she bites her bottom lip and shuffles her floor on the carpet. She's not here as the group's representative. Just me. She glances around my room. I'm so sorry you stood up for me, and I didn't do the same for you. Twice. Um, she said, it's okay. Wow, it's been months since I came in your room. Why is that? She asks, changing the subject. I don't know, I say, but it's not true. The last time she was here, we were preparing for Valentine's Day fundraiser, and my floor was covered in red roses and pink ribbon and sappy love notes. I'd forgotten how cozy it is in here, and the paint, it's really pretty. She walks over to the collage on my wall, runs her fingertips along the words, the crazy eights, and studies the photos. Wow, is this really us? Haley asks. We were so sweet and happy, and we looked like we genuinely liked each other. She lets out a laugh. I remember thinking I was the luckiest person in the world to be a part of this group. When did we change? I don't know, but I'm starting to think we can't change back. There's a long pause. Actually, I did stand up for you. It was a little late, but I hope it still counts. You did? She nods. Then I chased after you. What? No. That welcome sense of relief pops like a balloon. Now my mind is racing, and I step through everything that happened in the minutes right after I left the Crazy Eights in the cafeteria. I went straight to my locker. Caroline was there. She touched my face and told me she'd heard everything. We talked. Then she disappeared. I followed her. I yelled her name through the corridors. Oh God. Haley saw me talking to nobody. She knows. We all got into the huge fight when you left the cafeteria. I told Caitlin she owed you an apology, but you know her. Alexis sided with her, of course, even though she was a little unsure about it. What did you see? And Olivia, Haley rolls her eyes. She could have came with me to find you, but, well, she didn't. What did you see? I try to think of a way without asking her. Why didn't you tell me this on Friday? I ask with my voice shaking. Haley plops down on my bed and leans back on her hands. I couldn't find you, she says. I sit next to her and let out a sigh of relief. You couldn't? No. I went straight to your locker, but you weren't there. Huh? I say. You're leaving us, aren't you? She folds her leg underneath her and sits straight up. I wouldn't blame you if you did. You have a boyfriend now, so it would probably happen anyway, but Haley, I hug her. She squeezes my shoulder so hard, it's like she's being pulled underwater and I'm the only thing she has to keep her afloat. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet, but if I do leave, you can always come with me. She pulls away, shaking her head. I'm not sure I could do that. I know what she's thinking. Leaving the H changes everything. No more lunches, no more concerts, no more sleepovers or parties. We wouldn't even be included in Caitlin's grand plans for junior prom or invited to stay at the hotel in the city afterward. The rest of our high school experience would be completely different from the one we expected, or worse. The remaining eights would give us the same treatment they gave Sarah. We'll be shunned in the halls. They'll start rumors about us just in case the rest of our classmates might consider feeling sorry for us or taking our side instead of theirs. How can I help you tomorrow? She asks. It might be the nicest thing she's ever said to me, but I honestly didn't know how to answer her. I can't face the eights. I can't go to the poet's corner. I'm too embarrassed to talk to AJ right now, and my heart can't handle the idea of going to my locker multiple times throughout the day, looking for Caroline at every stop, knowing I won't see her once. My eyes start to well up, and I swallow a gulp of air. Actually, you can do two things. I walk over to my desk and grab my backpack. You know my combo. Would you get all my books out of my locker and meet me before yours first period tomorrow? All of your books, she asks. I nod. Haley throws my backpack over her shoulder. No problem. What's the second favor? Will you please start calling me Sam? So, that being said, or that being read, Why does Sam miss Caroline, and why won't she see her anymore? What does Sam think that Haley saw? Why does Sam leave? No, does Sam leave the 8? Who is Sarah? Why is Sam so embarrassed to talk to AJ? And will Samantha finally let go and fully become Sam?